is extremely proud of his Greek heritage.
You could tell by the crowd's applause that Philippoussis is the man that they're pulling for here. And in case you haven't seen Mark play, his ground strokes are very, very good. For a man as tall as he is, he likes to play from the baseline. Federer is certainly the quicker of the two, and he can shift gears faster. I mean, there's already the second point, Roger, staying back on that second serve, but turning around and taking Philippoussis' return and hitting it for a winner. You didn't see Sampras do that at Wimbledon. First, second serve, he'd be coming in. You're going to see Mark do that. But Federer will mix it up. And I think that's going to make the match more exciting to watch.
Philippoussis has been in a final before, the 1998 U.S. Open, which he lost to fellow Aussie Pat Rafter. This Wimbledon, the first time Federer ever advanced past the quarters.
It's nice to be 21. You can change direction so quickly. And here's Philippoussis trying to dip that forehand for a winner. But see how fast Federer can stop, get himself ready, and this is just way too easy for him.
Whoa!
Wow. Federer's volley was a good one. Philippoussis guessed right. He just said, I'm just going to take a big old swing at this. Almost hit Federer. It was hit so hard, so low over the net.
Game Federer. But then the response from Federer is an ace, and he holds to begin the match.
First game.
Mark Philippoussis is wearing, again, tape around his ring finger, or excuse me, his index finger and his thumb on his left hand. And it's been a big mystery here as to what is written on those fingers. Some Australian newspapers today are reporting that they are Greek words, andros and pothia, that translate into man of desires or man aspires. And
I thought it was an old girlfriend.
Mark Philippoussis to serve.
Pothia or andros? Back in the old days, it could have been said Philippoussis' old girlfriend, Anna Kournikova. In the Miami
She'll
days.
deny that. When Philippoussis got to the finals of the Open, he played a lot of tough matches. And you can see here, obviously, that match against Agassi, very, very difficult. Even Agassi helped Pop win those first two sets before Mark dug deep in that quarterfinal. I think he benefited then from Grosjean, who got flat mentally after his emotional win over Tim Henman.
30 love.
And to his credit, Philippoussis was able to dismantle Grosjean in straight sets. And you can see how dangerous he is with that serve. 127. This is a ball he should have gotten to a little bit sooner, and it got away from him. His footwork was a little careless there. Gave Federer one more chance. I think he thought Federer was going to give up on that point.
Now here's an early sign, John, in his first service game. Philippoussis hitting serves this way. 125s, 127s against Grosjean in the semis. He didn't do that.
Yeah, but he's so juiced up right now. He's so pumped up, and he's probably having to slow himself down.
But also to have had a full day off, to have had a 3-set semifinal match is a sign that perhaps his form could be stronger today.
You see, they've played on 3 separate occasions, and surprisingly, Philippoussis won the most recent one on clay. The other 2 matches, one on hardcourt, one indoors. Federer came out on top. He's such a classic motion. You know, it reminds you of someone who won here 7 times, Sampras. Seems so easy for him to do, effortless. Doesn't seem to put a lot of strain on his body, yet you look up and he's hitting serves 120 miles an hour.
As a young boy, Federer first came to love tennis through watching Boris Becker. And when Becker and Stefan Edberg had their great Wimbledon battles here over several years in the late 80s, early 90s, Federer came to, as he said, truly appreciate Edberg as well. Some people see Edberg in his game.
Edberg was one of the all-time great volleyers. He was just a lot faster again than people thought. He's going to have to do some leg work to get legs as strong as Edberg. He's certainly got a better forehand. That was a liability for Edberg. Surprised to see Federer stay back as much as he has on the second serve already. Nerves still working around his body.
John, the all-time comparison had to be in one of the London newspapers yesterday after Federer's defeat of Andy Roddick, and they used Federer and Borg in the same sentence.
How good does that feel for a young man from Switzerland?
So the men's championship opens up on Surrey. Center court, Wimbledon. Over 35,000 people have been on the grounds during the days of the fortnight, and what has come to be known as Henman Hill through the years, even on this day when this is the one match of note. The Henman Hill is packed, and I've got to believe that there are a fair number of Aussies out there.
They certainly made that match a couple years ago, Rafter Ivanisevic, memorable. Never have I seen a crowd as energized as that one when they played the Monday final.
Philippoussis, who hasn't had the greatest rapport through the years in Australia, he's never really got along much with Rafter, on and off in Davis Cup. And this week, Philippoussis has had quite a few conversations with Leighton Hewitt. And Hewitt's gone record supporting Philippoussis, hoping that
15 all.
Well, look at that. There are some Aussies there.
Of course, you better believe that. Mountain Philippoussis. He just had to give Henman a little shot in the gut there. What Philippoussis doesn't want to do is to beat backtrack like he did that previous point. He needs to continue to be aggressive, and I think you'll see him do that for the rest of this match. I mean, he doesn't want to allow Federer to get him backpedaling. That's where he struggles with his movement. Federer is strong enough. He's not a huge guy. He's 6'1", though. He's able to take that Philippoussis kick and put something on that backhand. Philippoussis needs to put more on that second serve against someone as good as Federer.
Well, Federer made an intriguing comment where he said Philippoussis goes for more on his serve than Roddick and has less margin for error. He said, especially on the second serve.
No doubt the second serve. He's going to continue to need to do so.
40-30.
I mean, that is going for a lot on the second serve. When you're averaging 110 miles per hour, most singles player on the men's side would be content with that
and
for the first serve.
And hit one as hard as 129.
There's a classic example of what Federer did to Roddick. I mean, there's a serve. Okay, it's 128 miles per hour.
Deuce.
It seems easy to him. It doesn't intimidate him at all, that power. He gets it low. He takes his time. And his racket velocity as he goes through the ball is phenomenal.
It tells you something about Federer, because it's like saying a baseball hitter would be such a great fastball hitter that even a Randy Johnson fastball wouldn't intimidate him.
But the good part about this match is that was hit quite hard. But the good thing is you're going to see Philippoussis, stick with it. I mean, he's got to. It's like strength to strength.
Let's. First service.
I mean, he has no other choice if he wants to beat Federer. It's going to have to be one of those virtuoso equivalent of a 20 strikeout performance in a baseball game.
Basically like he did to Agassi.
But he proved it can be done.
First service. Game Philippoussis.
So his third ace in 2 service games, 2-all in the first set. For complete coverage of today's men's final, log on to wimbledon.msnbc.com. And you'll have real-time match scoring brought to you by British Airways, all at wimbledon.msnbc.com.
$15.
It's hard to believe as you watch Federer play. When you saw him the other day against Roddick, and now that Ted, when he came into Wimbledon this year, his lifetime record here was 4-4. How could this guy, as good as he is, lose as many matches as he's won?
40 love.
Last year, Federer lost first round here to Mario Ancic, who's proven out to be a good young player. Federer said last year, I never really felt I was playing well on grass. I never felt comfortable. And a year later, he stands here on Championship Sunday. He's blasted 4 aces by Philippoussis.
For sale by owner is away.
Did you know that the average real estate commission is over $12,000? Why give that money away when you can do it yourself? The For Sale by Owner kit gives you the confidence and knowledge to sell your home fast. Call the number on your screen to get the complete Canadian For Sale by...
Mark Philippoussis says, we said there's some similarities to the Goran Ivanisevic saga here of 2 years ago, and this is what Philippoussis is trying to achieve. Only the 3rd unseeded champion here if he can win this match.
Well, the company he would join are truly awesome players on this surface. Becker was 17 years old when he won Wimbledon for the first time and looked comfortable out there. From the first time he stepped on center court.
The other thing to remember for Goran and Philippoussis, they're unseeded in the era of 32 seeds.
Certainly injury has a great deal with both of those players.
Love 15.
Philippoussis will get back in the top 20 as a result of this Wimbledon. And Federer himself is trying to do something. He's trying to become the first junior champion to then win the Wimbledon singles since Edberg 12 years ago.
If he wins this, or loses for that matter, he moves up to number 3 in the rankings. It's
15
sad, though, to think of just Ivanisevic one more time, that he won that title and he's never been able to play another match here. He's had injury issues, surgery, just can't get back here. That's sad. Almost an amazing shot. People are holding their breath to wait for that call. So was Philippoussis.
15.
Look at that, the way he flicked that racket, used his wrist just wide. I mean, people feel like he deserved it for that effort. I mean, the average human being cannot even contemplate trying a shot like that.
Meanwhile, Mike Goron claimed 2 years ago, Philippoussis, I'm sure, said the same thing, John,
40-15.
that he can hit shots like that. He's not just a server.
He's got excellent ground strokes. And he likes a little bit of time there, and he's got the power, not just on the serve.
Game Philippoussis.
And so Philippoussis has started this match strong on serve, 3-all.
3 games all. First set.
And when you talk speed, as we look at the IBM fastest serves at Wimbledon, Philippoussis in the top group.
Well, that's not surprising. That's some big hitters. The biggest surprise would be the guy on the bottom, the left-handed Spaniard who serves and volleys. Did well here. Got to the round of 16 before he lost to Federer. Philippoussis is also a lot better athlete than given credit for. That big man. You can see how strong he is. He stands tall like a Becker. Sticks out those pecs and intimidates opponents.
It's learned that from you, huh?
Yeah, I wish I had some.
love.
Inseparable is the word used to describe the relationship that Philippoussis has with his father, who is now cancer-free after being first diagnosed 6 years ago. Greek father, Italian mother for Philippoussis. His mom is vacationing right now, and she is not here, but his dad, who is now also his coach.
He's been through a number of coaches, and he's settled with the old man when all is said and done. He's watched the Williams sisters succeed. I'm going to let Nick give it a shot. Nick told the other coaches what to do anyway, so he's tried the likes of Peter McNamara, who's a top 10 player, Pat Cash, worked with him for a while. And Nick would stick his nose in the middle of things, so this makes things a little easier for Mark. Less confusion about being told too many things, and then end up not listening to any of them.
So Federer holds, and we've had no breaks of serve in this first set.
Good night. Good morning.
Truly flat beds in business class. British Airways.
Dude, check one, dude.
Yeah, they're back. And so is the amazing double chocolate Fudgio Blizzard treat. DQ soft serve blended with chocolate and Fudgio cookies. Do a double chocolate Fudgio Blizzard and DQ something different.
Dr. Jacques Roga, the president of the IOC, sitting in the royal box today after the IOC meeting in Prague earlier this week that awarded the 2010 Winter Games to Vancouver Whistler, British Columbia. And now Mark Philippoussis Holding up new tennis balls at 3-4 first set.
That's a risky maneuver. The first point of the game,
15.
hoping that ball goes wide. I mean, Philippoussis was there, could have attempted a volley. He chose to let it go and have to watch it bounce well inside the line. That volley was short when Philippoussis hit, but he hit it short on purpose.
15
off. Federer, watch the first volley, which had some good depth. He sees Federer's over on that side of the court. He doesn't want to give him another chance, so he opens the racket and pulls his racket back a little bit so he can gently hit that ball to the open court. So it's a nice feel there.
30-15.
At that ball, not expecting such a good return, swung at that volley too hard. That was a low percentage play for Philippoussis.
Let's first service.
Forgot the cell phone rule again. Fortunately, it didn't disturb Mark.
That's his fourth ace.
That was 138 miles per hour. Oh, my
40-13.
goodness.
So his fastest during these championships.
People oohing and awing right now.
So Philippoussis unable to have his serve dented so far by Federer. 4-all first set.
You see he's had 4 titles already. Round of 16 in the Australian, a bit of mediocre performance there. First round at the French. So this is good timing for Federer to show he can play well in the big ones. He was starting to be a monkey on his back. I'm sure his coach Peter Lundgren was starting to worry about his job. You see what happened to Tariq Benabides with Roddick when he lost first round. There's Philippoussis getting off to a good start this game. Whoa!
We're talking about Federer last year, John, and how he didn't feel comfortable here. And he's Peter Lundgren, who's been his coach for about a year, said he panicked at Wimbledon. There's Lundgren, a former tour player.
Well, he got here just before the tournament, Ted. He played 2 tournaments instead of 1. So they shifted the schedule, which is smart. Peter made sure he got here a week ahead of time. Practiced here, soaked up the environment, made sure he'd be ready to go. And it's done wonders for Federer. He seems much better prepared mentally to do what it takes to go and win 7 matches at a Grand Slam. Try to keep his press commitments to a minimum. Try to keep him relaxed off the court and pumped up on the court. That's a tricky thing to do.
Game Federer.
So Federer gets the second serve ace there. Close out the game for 5-4.
Federer leads 5-4 first set.
A reliable supply of electricity at affordable prices. That's the goal of Ontario's energy plan. So we've frozen prices. We've started new water and wind power development. We're encouraging new sources of green energy through tax breaks. And we're rebating the PST on selected Energy Star qualified appliances. Because conservation helps us all save energy, money, and a lot of other things as well. To find out more about Ontario's energy plan, call us or visit our website.
It's all on the line at the 2003 Rogers AT&T Cup, August 9th through the 17th. The best of the best in women's tennis, including Jennifer Capriati, Kim Clijsters, and world #1 Serena Williams return to Toronto at York University to battle for the prestigious title. To buy your tickets, call 800-398-8761 or visit rogersattcup.com. The 2003 Rogers AT&T Cup. It's all on the line.
Time. Breakfast at Wimbledon, 25th year, live here on NBC. And immediately following our men's championship match on center court and the trophy presentation, we hope you'll stay with us. We've got a wonderful conversation with Pete Sampras, the 7-time Wimbledon champion. That will air immediately following the men's championship match, and then we'll have the ladies doubles championship behind that. I think you'll enjoy the very moving and emotional comments of Sampras.
15 love.
And on this day that was Pete's day so often here, I think
7 times
is the true weight of his absence this year is felt.
Yeah, there's more guys that think they have a chance, including these two. Once again, where Philippoussis tries to kick it out wide to Federer, who's got that one-handed back, and he's so strong with that arm. He can use that wrist to just come over it enough to have it bounce inside the baseline. As hard as Philippoussis hits that serve up the middle, you've got to respect that. So that opens the way for him to try to slice the ball out wide. It's incredibly difficult to break him when he's serving well.
When you think, John, about the Sampras connection with both of these men, that Philippoussis in '99 here in the quarters looked like he had Sampras a set and a break before he hurt his knee, had to leave.
Well, if he had kept up that level, let's not forget it's best of 5. We're talking about Pete Sampras, but yes, he was playing phenomenally well, and it was sad that he had to retire in that match and have his first of 3 surgeries.
And then 2 years ago, Roger Federer on this court ended Sampras's 7th championship run here. 5-all first set coming up after Wimbledon today. NBC will bring you final round coverage of the U.S. Women's Open Championship. Hillary Lunke leading by a stroke going into that final round. Annika Sorenstam is 3 strokes back. So the U.S. Women's Open Championship after breakfast at Wimbledon today.
15 love.
Closes so fast, like Sampras, Federer. I think he's just gliding it. The next thing you know, you look up and look at where he puts his volley away from. He's a couple feet inside the service line. He's moving into the court. He just finds the angle so easily. It's so natural for him, just like that serve.
And after last year's baseline battle in the final, it's nice to see the mixture.
Game Federer.
Well, Federer's held his own big service games, and we'll have the end of the first set next.
I can go east.
I can take her to a nice restaurant.
I can go west.
I can play in the sand until midnight.
I can do absolutely nothing.
Here, I can create a scene.
I can have a snowball fight in July. can be just the two of us.
I can show my family they're welcome here. I can tell our story.
We can eat things we can't even pronounce.
I can cannonball!
I can feast with my friends.
I can stand where no one has stood before.
I can do Europe next year!
I can do anything here in Canada.
Mark Philippoussis, to this day, receives injections of synthetic cartilage in his left knee. Every 6 months he gets this treatment so that he can continue to play because of this history.
Well, that was the match right after Sampras, July of '99. It's been a nightmare. In March 2001, he was in a wheelchair for a couple months. He pulled a Mooster, though. He got out there and started hitting serves. Remember that picture of Mooster about a week after he had blown his knee out?
He pulled a Mooster. That's a good one. Yes.
Who's making a comeback, he claims now. Well, should we save that for the French next year?
The world waits with bated breath.
Love 15.
Start with the seniors tour.
Well, that was one of the things, though, that Nick Philippoussis, the dad, did for Mark when he was in that wheelchair. They rigged up a device so that Philippoussis could at least hit tennis balls. But doctors told him he'd never play again.
That's the shot that Federer used so effectively against Rock. And he can hold that ball. You've got to sort of lean one way or the other, and he just flicks it. See, there's the return that forces Philippoussis to hit up. He comes over the ball. It comes back down in plenty of time to land inside the court. And Philippoussis had served a double the first point, and now this is tension time for him at love 30.
Let's. First service.
You don't get the sense it's going to be as easy for Mark to blow 4 aces by Federer as he did some previous opponents. It's a play that's extremely effective on clay, but very effective on grass, to go behind your opponent. He's working up a head of steam. To stop here on this grass court surface can easily cause you to slide, slip. Federer can't get back for the passing shot there. He'd like to take that return back. It's a second serve right where Federer has hit some winners already in this set. Just shows you what nerves can do. What seems easy at other points in the first set, a lot tougher when you're trying to finish it off. And just like that, Philippoussis comes up with an ace. That's 6 for the first set.
40-30.
See, when you're tight, try to keep your feet moving. Don't get stuck there like Federer did on that previous return.
So a very common result through the years for Mark Philippoussis at Wimbledon, a tiebreak. And
6 games
it was a
all, first
tiebreak
set.
that certainly helped Roger Federer to his win over Andy Roddick. Federer won the first set tiebreak there. Both slightly better than 500.
And that's $6-7 million a year, Ted, in baseball, isn't it? If you're a pitcher with that slightly over 500 record. So I like that from Philippoussis. He's seen that Federer stayed back fairly frequently on that second serve. In a tiebreaker, it's going to be harder to hit that passing shot. It seems it's Federer that's blinked first.
Philippoussis 4-1 here in tie breaks, and Federer's 3-0. The only one Philippoussis lost was to Agassi.
underestimated that a little bit. Didn't stay firm with that. Just enough for this to go long. Looked good in the technique handbook, but it just floated on Mark.
Let's first service.
And even though this is just the first set, both these men know how important this tiebreak can be for both. It set the tone in their semifinal matches. Federer, after surviving that first set, just dominated Roddick, and Philippoussis did the same to Grosjean.
Let's first service.
Feeling it's more important for Philippoussis to pull this out because he's played a lot more tennis. He's been out there a lot longer. And if Federer wins this and relaxes a little, you may start to see him really get in the flow. That's a great point.
I think Federer got in the flow.
He sure did. I mean, Philippoussis hit a couple of outstanding shots, including that forehand. But Federer is there, and just look how quickly he gets himself in position. He's got that excellent balance.
3-2, Federer.
He's got this all lined up. Just got that weight moving into the classic shot there. Still only, though, 3-2 in the tiebreak.
Now they'll change ends, 3-all. 7 points wins the tiebreak. You must win by 2.
Another thing that you didn't see in the past, it was, quote, against the rules for you to stop on these changeovers. Jerry Armstrong, who's been in a couple other Wimbledon finals, letting these players do their thing. And I think rightly so in this case.
There is the veteran British umpire. The compassion you're starting to show for this position, by the way, is...
And he's the guy
really
that defaulted, too.
In Australia?
Yeah. Says, I've come a long way.
You have.
4-3, Philippoussis.
So the serves go back to Federer now. That's 4-3, Philippoussis.
That's a nice job by Mark after losing that point. Long, impressive point by Federer to win 2 quick points on his serve. Now he sets the pressures back on Federer's shoulders. Philippoussis half expected that previous shot to be called out. It wasn't. It was a very close call. He got a chance, had his forehand, and pulled it well wide. That ball did look like it clipped the line. Just wide. Philippoussis was standing right on that sideline, had this lined up. He knows he just missed it.
And most of the center crowd spectators thought it was good.
An inch wide. He knew it, though, when he hit it. He's going to come up with a couple big serves again now. He's down 4-5. Excellent first set. High quality tennis. Grass court tennis. Serve volley tennis, Ted.
Let's. Second service.
That's the one to me that's so nice to see.
But his elbow hurt on that serve. I mean, when's the last time you saw Philippoussis hit a 77-mile-per-hour second serve? He won't let that happen again. Ooh. Late call, but I believe a correct one.
I think so, too.
He got tight there.
Yeah, absolutely.
6-4.
It happens, believe me. You can see now, all of a sudden, Federer's got the chance. Yeah, it was well long. No question about that. 2 set points for Federer.
One gone, but the other one on
6-5.
Federer's serve.
Federer.
So the big serving Aussie, could it be that 1 second serve that let him down? It could be the difference in this tiebreak. It is. That one double fault changed everything, and Roger Federer has the first set.
Wimbledon on Global is brought to you in part by HP. HP Technology, Services, and People help make more things more possible.
Today, HP Technology is building efficient miracles, helping access the web wirelessly in coffee houses, and letting citizens talk to their government 24 hours a day. It's powering the engine of the world economy and making art timeless. For the world's great companies, thinkers, and doers, HP makes more things more possible.
Big Brother 4, season premiere, CH8 Tuesday.
Time in the sun is fun for kids, but the sun may cause sunburn. Regular use of sunscreen over the years may reduce exposure to the sun's harmful rays. This Sun Fact was brought to you by Umbrel, the #1 recommended sun protection by dermatologists.
Good night.
Good morning.
Truly flat beds in business class. British Airways.
First set stats show, John, what you said. I mean, look at the quality of tennis.
Yeah, I mean, Philippoussis, can you imagine serving at 80% and losing the set? I mean, both playing very cleanly out there. Federer with 1. I repeat, 1 unforced error.
Second set, Philippoussis to serve.
He is breathing a sigh of relief. He saw Philippoussis toss in that double fault, get tight just at the wrong moment in that first set tiebreaker. Philippoussis better be careful right here.
As Roddick learned.
Roddick learned he had a couple break points. The first game of the second didn't break. Federer broke him, and that tilted the match heavily in Federer's favor, and he played some amazing tennis. Is quite simply the word. Unbelievable stuff.
Philippoussis was down 2 sets.
15 all.
In his quarterfinal with Alexander Pop, there was a rain delay, and some of the great Aussies, John Newcombe, Neil Frazier, current Davis Cup coach John Fitzgerald, all went in the locker room and they gave the Aussie pep talk to Philippoussis.
Well, he had his ups and downs with Nuke over the years as well, so it's good to see those two back on track. John knew certainly what it took to win this title. And again, that angle. Normal people, actually I take that back. Top tennis players can't hit these type of shots so easily. And again, Philippoussis is not doing enough with the volley, and he just finds the opening. It's just coming over the ball like he does and bringing it down. He makes it look easy, but I can assure you it's not.
Is that a gift or is that acquired?
I think it's a gift. I mean, you see a talent like this one, if you're lucky, once every 10 years. Excuse me. You almost sensed that it was going to happen. That's incredible. I watched from this angle. We're in an excellent spot to see this shot. I said, he's going to do it again, isn't he?
14.
I'm watching this game thinking, I saw this match Friday.
And this is big. I mean, it's a set, only a set in. It's a best of 5 set match, but he starts to get on a roll.
This is the first break point of the match. And Federer gets the break.
Again, Chad, an excellent illustration of one, how talented he is, but two, how fast he is. I mean, he takes Philippoussis' serve there, makes it look easy, right at his feet. Look how well prepared he is to hit that pass. He doesn't go for too much, though, but he does enough. It forces Philippoussis to have to hit a great volley there. Look how fast there. He's in prep. He's prepared. He's got that racket back. His weight's moving into the ball. I mean, it's out of a textbook.
Right. And what we've seen in his best play here this week at Wimbledon, on balance. And we say that about Agassi when he's right. You don't see Andre lunging, awkwardly reaching for shots.
He takes littler steps. You know, Andre's flexibility is not that great. This guy's 21 and he's very fast. Right. It's a different speed.
30 love.
Agassi almost uses his strength with his upper body and his balance.
Well, we welcome you live to Wimbledon Center Court. 25th year of Breakfast at Wimbledon on NBC. 21-year-old Roger Federer of Switzerland has taken the first set from Mark Philippoussis.
Almost made that.
Unbelievable.
That would have been unbelievable.
We'll put a cape on him if he makes that.
Even there, he knows Philippoussis is coming in, so he finds a shot that, again, is for him seems normal. And for anyone else, it's just next to impossible.
40-15.
What Philippoussis has to do to win a point, and then he just turns around. He's out-aced Philippoussis 10-7 so far.
And so Federer backs up his break. And he's trying to do in the championship what he did to Andy Roddick on Friday. And extinguish hope early. Wimbledon.msnbc.com is Bud Collins' analysis of today's men's final. His look back at the fortnight and real-time match scoring brought to you by British Airways. All at Wimbledon.msnbc.com.
$15 love.
Federer's proven to
15.
Philippoussis now that when he tries to kick that serve out wide to him and kick it away from Roger, that it's not going to work very well. I'd like to see him try to power that serve up the middle. The net is 6 inches lower there. And he can let loose more on that serve.
Look at what Federer's done to that second serve. Well, he went to the middle with it. It didn't.
Well, this guy it's like a dream again now. Here's a ball might have been going out, but he's not going to take any chances as well as he's playing. Just full swinging backhand volley. Peter Lundgren's got to be feeling a lot more secure about things at the moment. Good for him. He's done an excellent job at Federer. Worked with him about 3 years.
And a bond very important. Federer lost his longtime coach, his childhood coach, and the Swiss Davis Cup coach, Peter Carter, who was an Aussie by birth.
How's that for court coverage for Federer?
And Federer senses it now. He just shot a quick glance up at his box.
Well, he looked also like he may have done something to his ankle, ever so slightly. So we'll see if that affects him at all here, because this set will be over for sure if he breaks. Philippoussis go up 2 breaks. Philippoussis needs something to happen right now. The train is rolling out of the station.
Wow, 7-6, 3-love. Federer up 2 breaks.
Good night.
Good morning.
Truly flat beds in business class. British Airways.
It's all on the line at the 2003 Rogers AT&T Cup, August 9th through the 17th. The best of the best in women's tennis, including Jennifer Capriati, Kim Clijsters, and world #1 Serena Williams return to Toronto at York University to battle for the prestigious title. To buy your tickets, call 800-398-8761 or visit rogersattcup.com. The 2003 Rogers AT&T Cup. It's all on the line.
One of the most prominent tennis fans. He's been here really for the entire fortnight. Friends star Matthew Perry, a former Canadian junior, and he got on the court this morning with Mr. McEnroe.
Oh, look at that, see?
He's making you run.
Well, you know, I need a little sweat. Wait till the set starts. So.
No, can't do it.
I'm under strict orders to say that he got a game. Or else I'll never be invited to be on Friends. But then again, I'll never be invited anyway.
Matthew Perry was a tremendous junior player in Canada. He can now buy Canada.
Tremendous junior player. He could send him the tape.
Did you give him
tennis powerhouse?
Did you give him theater tips after your Broadway appearance several weeks ago?
He's doing an excellent job. He's performing Sexual Perversity in Chicago on the West End. Excellent cast. Hank Azaria's with him.
Minnie Driver.
Minnie, thank you. God, that was hard. I guess because I found out she was going out with some other tennis player, I stumbled over my words here.
American Robbie Ginepri is, in fact. So your appearance on Broadway several weeks ago was?
Thank you for bringing that up, Ted. The play, What I Wrote. Fantastic. Well, look here. See, this set appeared to be over. And now Federer, the first 2 points of this game, I thought. We'll see if we'll find a replay at some point. that he may have done something to his ankle, a slight sprain. Let's see if it affects Federer as this match progresses. Philippoussis certainly hopes so.
15-30.
This is in the last game.
Let's see right here. Is he? Yeah, he did a little job on that ankle. He won the point, won the game, but he grimaced a bit. It was right near us. He's hoping the adrenaline will just mask any pain. An incredible flow right now is Federer.
30 all.
Philippoussis' energy level is not there. You know, is it all the tennis he's played to get here, the nerves of the occasion? Whatever it is, he's got to find a way to get this crowd more pumped up in himself.
But I keep thinking, John, Andy Roddick went through this Friday when he missed forehand on set point in the tiebreak, and Philippoussis' double fault. It's almost like getting hit on the jaw once and having to take a standing 8. And the problem is, by the time you recover, you could be down and out of the second set.
And that's exactly what's happened.
So there quickly from love 30, Federer holds for 4 love. Just under 1 hour on court. Rolex, the official timekeeper of the championships Wimbledon. And a time-honored tradition here is how quickly things can change. And it was about 7 or 8 minutes for Andy Roddick on Friday, and it's been about the same for Philippoussis here.
Oh! 15 love.
So I look at him today, John, with all the work that he's put in, Philippoussis, to get back. If you were going to be Dr. Frankenstein and your goal was to create a tennis player, that'd be about the body you'd want.
Pretty much any sport.
Six-4, 30 broad shoulder.
But Federer at 6'1" or so has the quickness that Philippoussis doesn't have. And he can get down a lot easier for those low balls here on these grass courts. So his height, to me, is almost better off at this event. I think that Sampras at 6'1" was flexible enough, big enough, but not too big. This is
40 love.
He's got to get mentally prepared, Philippoussis, for the overwhelming likelihood he's going to be down 2 sets. Climb that mountain one more time.
Let's. First service. Going Philippoussis.
So Philippoussis at least gets a game back as he holds at low.
HP technology and HP people help BMW Williams run every race before the driver ever gets in the car.
Summer's coming, so take note of the UV index, a guide that tells you the daily risk of exposure to sun. Check the UV index every day and always wear a minimum of SPF 15. This Sun Fact was brought to you by Umbrel, the #1 recommended sun protection by dermatologists.
Someone's fallen in love. Someone's getting into big trouble. Someone's mouth has run off again. If you missed Train 48 this week, no worries. Catch the recap of all 5 episodes today at 2. Global's got Train 48.
Time.
Oh, a realization settling in here on center court that just over an hour into the match, it's Roger Federer taking command. Whoever wins today will add to this list. It really is, John, one of those cycles in men's tennis where we're featuring new names, new champions.
Certainly with the depth there, it's tougher to get through the easy rounds and have enough left. So more often than not, you're seeing guys sneak one, get a Grand Slam one at a time.
So this will be the 7th different men's champion.
But Ferrero, for example, was due for a couple years. It didn't happen for him. Federer, they've been talking about.
Look at that. Amazing on serve today.
30 love.
But you know, John, I think Ferrero winning at the French and Federer here could be in similar positions that you would expect they will have many more chances, particularly on those surfaces.
You better believe it. It's really impressive to watch from here how easy he makes it look.
40 love.
Philippoussis thinks he hit a good return, and then he has to watch that ball just drop over the net. That'll deflate you in a hurry. And Philippoussis is just—he had a 5-minute letdown. It's cost him a set and a break.
Is that like about as close as you can come in tennis to a perfect game?
It's pretty much. I mean, he didn't even play his best the first set. Now you're seeing what he's capable of.
(40-15).
You know, at his level, you almost have to call that shot an unforced error. But he's up 40 love, so he doesn't really care about that. He's going to win this game anyway.
(40-30).
He must have seen the monitor out there, Ted, from the corner of his eyes that we have here in the booth, because he's just doubled the number of unforced errors.
Despite the 2 errors, it's still not enough to help Philippoussis. This 21-year-old Roger Federer, whose longtime coach was killed, Peter Carter, in a car accident last summer, and Federer floundered through the summer because of it. Emotionally affected.
It's that and the combination, the combination of that and the disappointment over the nerves getting the best of him here. It's taken him months and months to get over that. And still the nerves were there. And finally we see why we expected him to win majors.
Love 15.
And it just shows you how good a serve you have to hit to get it by Federer. Ball clips the line.
So people scoffed when Federer said earlier in the week that he didn't fear facing Andy Roddick's serve. And now I think 2 matches later, people will not scoff any longer.
Hustles up, decides to hit the ball on the outside part of the ball. Watch him. He's got the racket ready to go. Just uses the wrist, flicks just gently by, insultingly easily by Philippoussis there. Watch how he watched that ball until it made contact. Just techniques superb from Federer.
(30 all).
Philippoussis wants to hold here, even though he's going to lose the set. He wants to start off this third set serving, trying to get some momentum here. It's a long climb back.
Well, he's been there.
40,
He was
30.
down 2-1 to Agassi and came back. He was down 2 sets to Pop in the quarters and came back. He'll have to be probably better to do it against Federer. We'll serve for the second set when we come back.
Good night. Good morning.
Truly flat beds in business class. British Airways.
Today, HP technology is building efficient miracles, helping access the web wirelessly in coffee houses, and letting citizens talk to their government 24 hours a day. It's powering the engine of the world economy and making art timeless. For the world's great companies, thinkers, and doers, HP makes more things more possible.
Live breakfast at Wimbledon coming to you from center court, where Roger Federer trying to become the first Swiss man to win a Grand Slam championship. And it does feel a little bit like Groundhog Day.
A couple of days ago.
An eerie similarity to his semifinal win over Andy Roddick. Serving here to take a 2-set lead.
Philippoussis is going to be disappointed the way he's returned so far. This has not been one of his better days in that department. He's yet in this match to have a break point. He's quite far behind the baseline. Return Federer's serve makes you appreciate how good Federer's serve is, and he feels like he has to move that far back. I got the sense that Mark hesitated there, wondering if that forehand was going to drop in. You can't do that against someone so good. Federer just puts the ball at his feet, and he's not in a good spot to hit it. You see Federer only 54%. The thing is, he's winning most of his second serve points as well. Philippoussis has not been able to generate enough, put enough pressure on him to get anything going.
30-15.
But you pointed out, John, and it's so true. Philippoussis came out serving beautifully right away. He had that adrenaline hit. That's gone in the set.
That's where we need to advocate the use of an espresso machine on the tennis court to have a quick jolt of caffeine here, get things going. He's just not going to win a lot of these rallies. Federer's fresher of the two. He's quicker of the two. He's the better striker of the ball of the two. And
40-15.
Saying that Philippoussis has that ground stroke ability, but he's not going to win a lot of those points. And here it is. 2 set points for Roger Federer. Here we go.
And Federer with his 14th ace. He's outserved the Aussie. And Federer has a 2-set lead in the men's championship.
That's 6 games to 2. Federer leads 2 sets to 0.
Wimbledon on Global is brought to you in part by HP. HP technology, services, and people help make more things more possible.
relies on HP technology to produce and distribute products that bring the world perfect sound.
It's all on the line at the 2003 Rogers AT&T Cup, August 9th through the 17th. The best of the best in women's tennis, including Jennifer Capriati, Kim Clijsters, and world #1 Serena Williams return to Toronto at York University to battle for the prestigious title. To buy your tickets, call 800-398-8761 or visit rogersattcup.com. The 2003 Rogers AT&T Cup. It's all on the line.
The search for America's funniest person. Last comic standing. Global's Got It Tuesday. For the big picture on investments, real estate, and consumer concerns, turn to MoneyWise with hosts Deirdre McMurdy and Peter Kent. For financial news in plain English, turn to MoneyWise. Global's Got It. Weekdays.
It's the Players' Paradise. Paradise Hotel. Wednesday at 9 on CH.
Fun stuff to do all the time at Canada.com.
Roger Federer said he didn't feel like he was playing well on grass last year. He's figured it out.
He sure has. This is
an extraordinary display again.
Third set.
The second straight match.
Philippoussis to
He's lost 2 points when he's put his first serve in.
That's pretty much says it all. Again, so many winners, so few errors.
15 love.
You know, John, I've often thought it's the crowd, you could tell, trying to do their best now to get Philippoussis back in it. This is where tennis should steal an idea from basketball. The 22nd timeout.
Let the coach come on the court.
There's 20 seconds where the coach come out and just say, get in the player's face and just say, listen, move your feet, play, whatever.
Just to give them an idea to do something different.
And I think it would add a lot of drama.
Yeah,
to matches.
I agree with you. I think absolutely should happen.
40 love.
The next best thing for Philippoussis is to hold easily here and get the crowd into this match. Acknowledge the crowd, perhaps. Pump them up. He needs that.
So Philippoussis with a hold at low.
First game, third set.
Wherever he's drawn his inspiration from, Philippoussis, during these championships, whether it's been from the Greek words written on the tape on his left hand, or seeing his father alongside, wherever he needs to drop from it now more than ever.
He's come back from 2 sets of love down 3 times in his career. That's against Alexander Pop, Alex Kim, and Julian Varley. It's hardly Roger Federer the way he's playing. No disrespect to those players, but this would be 100 times bigger comeback in this situation. The finals of Wimbledon. The idea is the right one. He actually got too excited there, swung too hard. He didn't need to do that. He's got Federer where he wants him. The point's over. Dumps it in the net. It's like watching Agassi play his opponent. Federer is close to the baseline. Philippoussis is 5 or 6 feet behind him. So again, that's not where he wants to be.
$40 love. Game Federer.
So after that first point, it becomes easy for Federer. 1-all in the third set. We'll log on to Wimbledon.msnbc.com. A complete wrap-up of the championships, reflection and analysis from both Tracy Austin and Bud Collins at Wimbledon.msnbc.com. A little quiet there on what, at least for one day, has been renamed Mount Philippoussis.
So often he's been able to get the ball at Philippoussis' feet. Now he just hustles up. He's going to take that above the net, which makes that shot so much easier for him. Nothing Philippoussis could do there. He better do something here, though, Ted, because he goes down a break here early in the third. Federer could run away with it. Good idea. Slow down. Make sure he hits a big first serve. Like that.
For his 11th ace.
15-30.
He won't get to the Wimbledon record, which Goran Ivanisevic set 2 years ago of aces, but still it's been a remarkable serving championship for Philippoussis.
30 all.
Seem like it's the size of a basketball to Federer. The amount of time he has compared to Philippoussis, who seems on edge. So Philippoussis guesses he's going to go down the line, and Federer holds it a little longer and just hits the open court. And this is just say this is big for Philippoussis, is putting it mildly, down break point. That ball was good. Oh, that's a tough overrun. I thought that ball was long.
Wow. From this view, we are about 6 rows up.
I'd like to see
center
a
court.
replay of that.
I'm with you. I think you have the Hawkeye here.
This did take a bad bounce. That's obvious. No. Good overall. Good overall.
Yep. Credit to Jerry Armstrong.
God, not again.
I said it.
Usually it does take a bad hop when it hit the line. It was quickly and efficiently done by Armstrong.
A huge decision for Philippoussis.
Well, because it was called out by the service linesman, so that overall had to take place, and the game would have been over.
Instead, Philippoussis survives that game.
It's all on the line at the 2003 Rogers AT&T Cup, August 9th through the 17th. The best of the best in women's tennis, including Jennifer Capriati, Kim Clijsters, and world #1 Serena Williams return to Toronto at York University to battle for the prestigious title. To buy your tickets, call 800-398-8761 or visit RogersATTCup.com. The 2003 Rogers AT&T Cup. It's all on the line.
Charles Schwab Power Points. We're going to take a look at a couple of examples of Roger Federer's incredible play.
It's not just power that's gotten him in this position. It's his ability to come up with those angles, spins, and he's got the power on top of everything else. Did I forget the quickness? Philippoussis has it.
He's got the same ability you see with other great hitters in baseball, for example. He seems like he almost catches the ball in his racket, holds it there, and then decides where he's going to put it on the court to come up with some of those extraordinary angles.
It's very rare that players give off that type of ability to do virtually anything with any shot.
Well, he is up 2 sets as Federer on serve in the third.
You know what's unusual about that overrule, too, is that I thought that the lines are being called by the Cyclops. As far as I know, they go by Cyclops. It's not supposed to be overruled. There's the machine there.
And there is a judge sitting behind the machine who called that second serve out.
I don't think the Cyclops machine went off. If somehow, some way, Philippoussis were to come back and win this, I think there's a lifetime supply of Fosters or something for Armstrong.
30 love.
Whatever Australian beer of his choice.
There's the judge that called the second serve out and was immediately overruled.
Oh. 30-15.
Well, the second double fault for Federer. An Aussie voice cries out from the upper reaches of center court. A little harder to get the tickets for the Aussies in the queue today.
40-15.
The Aussies are one of the few people that actually hope for rain on Sunday. They can wait in line all night and get a chance to see a final.
2 years ago when Patrick Rafter played Ivanisevic on Monday, this felt like Melbourne West.
Fantastic energy, the best I'd ever experienced. Federer, I'm not sure why he just stood there about a foot inside the baseline. That was one of the few times you've seen him lazy out there today. Cost him the point. Philippoussis gets the deuce. That was a long time coming. You sense there's an opportunity for him right now.
Deuce.
This is the first deuce on Federer's serve in the match. Early third set.
Seems to be hitting the ball more confidently, Philippoussis. He's up against someone who's just as comfortable dealing with the pace and who's got more to offer from the baseline. I'd still like to see him attack and put some pressure on Federer now. Come up with some passing shots when he gets to a deuce. There goes the game.
Federer winning the aces battle, 16-12. Well, coming up in 2 weeks on NBC, the American Century Celebrity Golf Championship. That'll be Saturday, July 19th. Michael Jordan, John Elway, Pete Sampras. How about
He's
that?
on the Celebrity Golf Tour.
And more, including John's good friend Dennis Miller.
All right.
Luke Wilson, Carson Daly, all showing off their golf skills. I didn't preface Yvonne Lendl with that with that phrase. You notice I didn't do that.
I appreciate it.
That'll be in 2 weeks here on NBC. I ran to my computer this morning, waking up, first of all, to find out that the Mets had won again. I wanted you to know that.
That's hard to believe.
And secondly, that we had a rookie, Greg Biffle, won last night here on NBC in the Pepsi 400. First NASCAR event of the year on NBC.
How did Dale Earnhardt Jr. do? Philippoussis had hesitated that first point. Wasn't sure if the turn was going in and ended up missing the volley. Here he makes no mistake. Climbs up for an easy overhead. Not quite a Pete Sampras scissor kick, but got the job done.
After the men's championship trophy presentation, stay with us.
30-15.
Conversation with Pete Sampras, reflecting on missing this first Wimbledon in 15 years, on his new life. Some very moving and emotional comments from Pete. They'll be right after our championship presentation on Breakfast at Wimbledon.
Pete's a father now, so he's got to be loving that part of his life.
$40-15. Let for service.
So the hold for Philippoussis on serve in the third.
It's all on the line at the 2003 Rogers AT&T Cup, August 9th through the 7th.
First point on Federer's serve at 2-3 third set. That's the volley of Philippoussis needing a break or a great tie break, one or the other. Philippoussis has not had a break point in the match.
$15 all.
There's all-time great singers. My favorite band growing up, Robert Plant of Led Zeppelin.
Have you played with him?
No, I haven't played any tennis with him.
30-15.
No, don't.
You don't mean sing
You
with
haven't
him?
played
Crazy?
No, I did. I wouldn't go that far.
That would be a nice dream.
Has he ever sung to your guitar?
Come on. I appreciate you asking. You know, these guys, when they've been rock stars for a long time, they get a little hard of hearing. So I don't want them to go deaf completely listening to me. That would put them over the edge.
18th ace for Federer.
If he's going to listen to someone play guitar, he'd probably prefer it to be Jimmy Page.
Three games all.
So 3-all in the third set of this men's championship. Amazing how the attraction of Wimbledon is. It brings out folks either who live in Great Britain or people who travel here for this event from all walks of life.
It really is a magical stadium, though. There's not a bad seat in the house.
There is something about standing in center court an hour or 2 hours prior to a championship match before spectators are allowed in. Just appreciate the intimacy of this.
It's a very loose volley from Philippoussis. And he can ill afford mistakes like this. Good news for him is he can bounce back and just toss down an ace.
30-15.
Wow, Federer's dropping significantly. He's making a couple errors already. What's wrong with him?
It's interesting there. How could Philippoussis lose the second set 6-2 and not make an error?
Unforced, I bet. I think he watched the ball go by him at net a few times.
40-15.
He seems to have settled in a bit of a groove and is playing with some more desperation out there now, which is promising at least.
Well, there's the answer. Look at Federer at 17 winners in the second set.
Game Philippoussis.
But Philippoussis is holding his serve. 4-3 now in the third.
I can go east.
I can take her to a nice restaurant.
I can go west.
I can play in the sand until midnight.
I can do absolutely nothing.
Here, I can create a scene.
I can have a snowball fight in July.
It can be just the two of us.
I can show my family they're welcome here. I can tell our story.
We can eat things we can't even pronounce.
I can cannonball!
I can feast with my friends.
I can stand where no one has stood before.
I can do Europe next year!
I can do anything here in Canada.
5 years ago, these are the matches that don't get an awful lot of play on championship weekend here, but they often ring true later. So it did when teenager Roger Federer became the junior champion at Wimbledon. The last junior champ, there it is, Stefan Edberg to win here. Pretty good company, cash and board. Mark Philippoussis also played for the junior championship here. He lost in the finals in 1994 to Scott Humphreys.
So it's too bad because Philippoussis saw that coming. He's angry at himself there.
30 love.
Still couldn't get that passing shot in the court. And here he sees Federer with a drop volley. It's not a particularly good one. Mark's there and plenty of time. What I would recommend to him is not take a big long step like he did. He lost his balance. He's got to take an extra step, get himself better prepared to hit that passing shot. Are the legs heavy? Would be the question again. Is it caught up to him?
Saying the junior championship has been finished today. Florin Mergia, and I hope I'm pronouncing that, from Romania, winning the junior championship here.
Game Federer.
Very fine young American junior Brian Baker, who's the runner-up at the French, made the quarters in the junior championship here.
I'd be reluctant to give up that racket that I was using that first couple sets. But Federer seems to be looking for a new frame.
It's more like a magic wand for him, isn't it?
I suppose he figures he's got a couple more in that bag.
Love.
John, the dilemma Philippoussis faces here is he's really making no dent on Federer's serve, which means it'll be either just an incredibly sloppy game from Federer or having to do it in tie breaks.
He's hanging around, though, and he's holding on to his own serve. It's big. He seems to me more prepared on his own serve. He's winning his service games easier, and that's going to put some pressure on Federer.
Love.
He's done what he needed to do here in this third set. He's putting himself in a position to win this set. Again, it all could have been over had he not gotten that overroll down break point on that serve.
There is a hold at love. So we move on to the third set. 5-4 Philippoussis.
It's all on the line at the 2003 Rogers AT&T Cup, August 9th through the 17th. The best of the best in women's tennis, including Jennifer Capriati, Kim Clijsters, and world #1 Serena Williams return to Toronto at York University to battle for the prestigious title. To buy your tickets, call 800-398-8761 or visit RogersATTCup.com. The 2003 Rogers AT&T Cup. It's all on the line.
HP technology and HP people help BMW Williams run every race before the driver ever gets in the car.
Roger Federer.
Time.
2 sets up on Mark Philippoussis. A first set tiebreak that was really decided by a double fault for Philippoussis. An easy second set for Federer. And in this unique Wimbledon setting where families sit in the same box. Coaches sit right in front of each other.
How did they decide who gets the front row seats? Do you know, Ted?
Oh, there's Nick Philippoussis in the back and Peter Lundgren in the front. The two coaches. I don't know, flip a coin?
Probably flip a coin.
15 love.
And it's what makes yesterday's match so unique here in that the Williams family has the entire box. No such problems.
That's true. That's when you even get to throw agents in there. A moment in the sun.
I continue to be amazed by Federer in that we talk about the serves of Roddick, the serves of Philippoussis, and here's Federer going through his service games with no problem.
He's got so much to back it up with, too. The speed, the volley, round strokes.
40 love.
Good see. Here's the second overrule.
Yep.
I think both players knew that was a good overrule.
And it's the 19th ace for Federer. And I think, John, that number we just saw points up what you mentioned, that Federer winning so many points on his second serve, 2/3 of them. That's where it shows what he's backing up that serve.
And he's stayed back on a number of those.
Game Federer.
So it's 5-all as we march toward what seems to be an inevitable tie break.
5 games all.
See, Philippoussis' first serve percentage has still remained high throughout this match. His play has been, you'd have to say he's played a reasonable match, not a great one.
But if you told Philippoussis nearly 3 sets in he was serving 70%, don't you think he'd add up more than 14 aces?
But I think having watched Federer play Roddick, he realizes how well he handles that serve. He wasn't going to get as many aces. That's a good guess there from Philippoussis. The crowd, to me, has been unusually subdued in this match. Getting behind Philippoussis there, he senses that Federer's going to go see him move early. Sense Federer's going to go up the line. Excellent drop volley there. Philippoussis, who loves surfing so much now, says it helps him relax, needs to be relaxed up there at net. You see how tough it's been for him so far in this match to stay relaxed. That hurts the percentages too.
That's why.
So he's tried to serve and it hasn't worked for him. Kick it out to the Federer backhand. He's handled it all day. Physically weary on that backhand volley attempt.
13.
Of course, Philippoussis has to take care of business in this game to be sure he can get to a tiebreak. And it's 15-30.
Oh!
A double fault cost him the first set, and now a double fault gives Federer 2 break points. Philippoussis has only served 4 doubles in the match, before the timing and the couple has been awful.
30-40.
It's pressure, trying to come up with something extra against someone who's playing so well. Oh, he got lucky there.
Yes, he did.
Federer guessed right, had plenty of time.
Deuce.
Philippoussis was desperately scrambling here. Oh no, he's right where I didn't think he was going to be.
And we've seen how many of those shots be winners for him in 2 matches.
Well, that is the first time Federer has really tightened up. He could have been serving for the match.
Philippoussis made sure he put that away.
Very much so, Ted. He
Advantage Philippoussis.
watched that ball right into those strings. Made no mistake. Huge if Philippoussis can slip out of this game and hold. Federer will not let him off the hook that easily. Again, what you saw against Roddick, just blocking the return back. You see how he stops the racket frame because he wants to make sure it drops inside the baseline. Uses a little top spin. There's another winner from Federer. The wand again. The pace from Philippoussis.
Advantage Philippoussis.
Survives, does the Aussie. A couple of big serves when he needed them. And Federer trying to force this 3rd set to a tiebreak.
Good night.
Good morning.
Truly flat beds in business class. British Airways.
It's all on the line at the 2003 Rogers AT&T Cup, August 9th through the 17th. The best of the best in women's tennis, including Jennifer Capriati, Kim Clijsters, and world #1 Serena Williams return to Toronto at York University to battle for the prestigious title. To buy your tickets, call 800-398-8761 or visit rogersattcup.com. The 2003 Rogers AT&T Cup. It's all on the line.
There was a spectacular morning in London. In fact, the sun made a cameo appearance today. It's trying, in fact, to break its way through the cloud cover now on center court. And Mark Philippoussis walked the wire there, got to the other side, now hopes he can put some pressure on this service game from Federer.
15
I'd like to see Philippoussis try that when it gets to 30-all in this game, if he can make it that far. But he would have liked a little more depth on that return, but still. So athletic, Federer. A well-deserved round of applause for these two players. See Mark hustling, he's scrambling, trying to make something happen. Federer just too good again.
40 love.
Get ready for a third set tiebreak.
Ace number 20. 20 aces for Federer. 6 more than the big serving Philippoussis. So a Wimbledon championship on the line for Roger Federer in this third set tiebreak. First serve to Philippoussis.
6 games all, third set tiebreak.
Indecisive about what to do there, to take it in the air or wait for it to hop. That cost him the point. Look at Federer for once again handling a big first serve. See, it's tough to get that weight stopped. He's a big man, 6'4", 220. Federer with the first point.
Philippoussis gets it right back.
1-all.
Federer made sure there. Didn't take any chances. Let that return go. It might have floated long, but the way he can hit shots,
Federer.
Why even bother taking the chance? Spins it away from Philippoussis. Oh, no. Oh, well, he slipped a little. He just made that decision, one that he didn't have to think about because he couldn't get himself in position to hit it.
3-1.
It's a bit of a miss hit. I'm sure that Mark knew that ball was going to drop in.
But even that was a heavy 130-mile-an-hour first serve, and it didn't phase Federer.
Not a whole lot seems to. Oh, it's going to go long. That's Federer. Golden chance now. 4-1, 2 sets up, and 2 serves to come. Things certainly looking grim for Philippoussis now.
They'll switch ends with Roger Federer 2 points from the championship.
Federer.
A major Swiss journalist wrote last year about Federer that we haven't seen him put his heart down there on the court. The way he's played, especially against Roddick and against Sampras, or against Roddick and against Philippoussis,
Thank you.
have been so dominant. he's made it look ridiculously easy.
Federer.
And now all of the urgings of the Aussies outside about Philippoussis and the hopes of the center court crowd are not enough. Federer with a pocket full of championship points.
Agonizing split second for both those players, particularly poor Mark Philippoussis. Now still 4 match points he's got to save. At least that first one clipped the top of the tape. This gives Federer something to think about here. He can just sneak out this next point.
Federer.
Federer's certainly adrenaline and heart rate will come up in a big way. Third match point. This time Federer serving.
As he did 2 years ago when he knocked the king of Wimbledon, Pete Sampras, off the throne. Roger Federer goes to his knees, this time as a Wimbledon champion. I think anybody in Switzerland will say they can't see his heart now. A first-round loser here last year. His coach said he panicked. He felt the pressure. And a year later, he wins Wimbledon, losing 1 set.
Is what you call a combination of exhilaration and relief. Right there. Finally, Federer. But how well deserved to win his first Wimbledon title. Amazing semifinal and final performances.
And when you think, John, the quality of tennis that this man played in the semis and the finals, 2 matches combined with just 21 unforced errors, it's so Sampras-like. And it does make you believe that this is not a one and done for Roger Federer.
Not at all. I mean, this could be open the door for many, many more and other majors, not just Wimbledon.
So Switzerland has a Grand Slam champion. It's first. A former tour player from Sweden, Peter Lundgren, the victorious coach. The Federer family is in the house somewhere, we know. People told him, he said, it was going to happen too quickly after he beat Sampras here 2 years ago. Well, it's finally happened for him, and he's only 21. Wimbledon champion Roger Federer. His emotions bared on center court championship presentation next.